Okay, awesome. Okay, I got the camera flipped and I think we are on right now, you guys. So I'm just putting my phone in a little, I have this little, I finagled a little stand for it so that I wouldn't have to hold it the whole time we did this CharmedScope, this cool Periscope event that we're doing. So welcome to everyone who is coming on. I want to see if I can see. I need to finagle this a little bit so I can read comments. Hello, hello. Thank you guys. Oh, Morgan, this is your first viewing of Periscope. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so honored if this is your first time. There's 31 of you right now, so I'm a little bit flabbergasted. Beauty Hoarder, your first time as well. Hey guys, how are you? I'm gonna try to see if I can read you guys as you come up, but this is my first time, so I'm not really sure exactly what to do 100%. But thank you guys so much for coming. I guess what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself in case anyone here doesn't already know me, right? So my name is Alexis Giostra. I'm also known as MissTrenchcoat on the internet. That's my internet handle. I'm a blogger, a digital content creator, and a YouTube productivity guru. Hi, Mandy Jean. Thank you so much for signing up to view this event with me. This is so much fun. So for those of you who don't know, I run a blog where I post about business, social media, blogging, productivity, and planners. I run an online shop where I sell productivity printables and education products and resources for other bloggers and small business owners like myself. I host a YouTube channel where I make videos about planners, productivity, and new technology. So that is pretty much a rundown of what I do. And I'm pretty much an Instagram addict. So if you are on Instagram and you're not following me at MissTrenchcoat, I'd love it if you guys could follow me. So I'm here today to talk to you guys about social media and community building. I'm hoping that this will be about 15 minutes. I just have a quick rundown and then I want to take some Q&As. If you want to send hearts, Deborah, you tap your screen. I think if you tap like right above where it says the count for how many people are here, you guys just keep tapping. So if you guys can tap that up, because I think that's sort of like a rating system. So the more hearts I get for this, I guess like the higher it ranks and more people see it, which is awesome because then, you know, I get more Periscope followers and then I'll do anywhere you can tap. Awesome. Okay. I didn't realize where you could tap. I wasn't sure. I was always tapping like the area where they were coming off from. So that's awesome. How's the move? Asked Turtle Moon Tarot. It's good. As you can see, I have some things. I would say that we're about like 80 to 90% done. We do still have to finish our bedroom and we have to finish my office. All my furniture, well, not all my furniture, but I have some office furniture that is not going to arrive until August. So I'm here in the living room in my makeshift office, which is at my husband's desk area. So hey, Anne, so glad you're here. Okay, so yeah, it was fast. We moved in on Saturday and we hired movers, which was good. So we didn't have to do anything, we didn't have to do much. And then we had a lot of energy to like be able to like, you know, put everything where it needed to go, which was really good. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I introduced myself. Again, if you guys are just joining, I have a few more people that just joined. I'm Alexis, Misstrenchcoat. I'm a blogger and a YouTuber and a business owner. And I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments, you guys, who you are and where you're from so I can see like the range of people that we've got on this Periscope. I'd love to know who I'm talking to because the topic of today's chat is community building. So I want to know who I'm talking to as well. And I'll do some shout outs as I go. Lindsay from Oklahoma. Thank you so much for joining, Lindsay. So glad that you're here. Wendy from Connecticut. Hi, Wendy. Hope you're doing great, you guys. I hope you guys are all getting ready for the weekend. Raven from South Carolina, your jewelry designer. From Memphis, we've got the Beauty Hoarder. Bobby in Maryland, Seattle. Cheryl from the UK. Ileana from Paris. Ooh, that's awesome. Svetlana from New York City. Jamie from Austin. We've got Mandy Jean from Albuquerque. Rebecca from Tampa. Nikki from Texas. This is awesome. So many, I'm just so glad that I've got so many people on that are bloggers and business owners, because as you guys know, although I'm a productivity guru, I'm trying to help everybody with their productivity. I'm super duper passionate about online stuff like online business, social media, blogging. I love it. Hi, Michelle. Oh, Berta from Madrid. That's awesome. We've got Janice from Arkansas. That's so awesome. We got people from all over, which is pretty cool. So just a reminder, if you just came on, tap for hearts. Juliana, Deborah, freelance writer from West Virginia. That's awesome. Hi, Mike from Philadelphia. I don't know you at all. You're definitely not my husband. Z, how are you? Z from Nashville. So I'm recognizing a lot of you guys, which is really, really awesome. So, okay, so today like I said, I want to jump on Periscope for what I hope to be the first of many charmed scopes, is what I'm calling these. That's like the hashtag I'm using, because I want to get a chance to talk to you guys one-on-one in a way that I really don't ever get to talk to you guys this way. If you think about it, when I make my YouTube videos, I'm usually sitting in front of a camera and then it gets posted. Hi, Wyatt. I gets posted and there isn't like a direct interaction there, although you guys get to see me on video. I don't really get to see you. I only get to interact with you in the comments. Same thing with Instagram. I post a picture, people leave comments. This is awesome because I actually get to talk to you guys one-on-one, which I only really do when I do my Google Hangouts. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is awesome that this is live. I think this is a real testament to the power of the internet, and I absolutely love it. And it's perfect for today's topic, which is great. So, like I said, we're going to talk about social media and community building, how to go about doing it, right? How to build a community through social media. And also, I want to share with you guys the top 3 community building resources that I think you need to be using. Do I think you need to be using all 3? Not necessarily, no. Would it be great if you were using all 3? Absolutely. But I do have some 3 resources, 3 platforms that I think are on fire. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. My tips for building a community through social media, right? So when it comes to building community, it's all about making a connection, right? So communities are not one-way streets. They really are two-way streets. So interacting is super important. So platforms that allow you to interact like this, like Periscope, blogs where you've got a comment section and you can write a post, share it with your community, and they can give you feedback. That feedback and interaction is so important, not just between you and your audience members, but between all of your audience members and you. That's the thing that I love about social media, is that the best platforms make it so that it's not just the content creator talking to the audience, but the audience can also talk to each other, which is something that I really love. And it's something that is, that's a real big tip I've got for you guys when you're using social media to build a community. If you are using social media, but you're not interacting, you're not making those connections, you're not asking questions and talking to people and answering their questions, it's going to be harder for you to foster that community atmosphere. And let me tell you, there is a big difference between followers and community members. And it's once you make that jump, that leap to actually, treating them like your friends, like your community, and interacting with them instead of just creating things and putting them out there and then walking away. So you guys, if you're liking this content, make sure you heart it up. So I know if I'm doing a good job or not. Thank you guys so much. So my second tip with community building is that it's all about consistency, okay? So no one wants to be part of the community where there's sometimes things going on and sometimes content's being created and then sometimes there isn't. You need to make sure that you create content consistently and create things, have an atmosphere where things are going on consistently. Thank you so much. So glad I'm doing a good job, Lily. You want to be able to be creating content consistently so that people always have something to do. Now, that may not mean that you're going to be posting every day to all of your social media, but you want to make sure that you've got a clear and consistent schedule. As you guys know, I've told you guys this many times before that, you know, I do blog 3 days a week. I always blog Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. My YouTube videos go up on Sundays and Wednesdays. And then, you know, with Instagram, it's most days of the week I like to post an Instagram post. So, you know, when people follow me, they know, yep, Wendy, scheduling is everything. You know, people need to know that things are happening and know to anticipate things. One thing that I would say is that, you know, with this, even with this Periscope happens to be an awesome medium where you can just jump on and host a conversation, but taking that extra step like I did where I announced it in a blog post, I announced it on Instagram, and then even just 20 minutes before I jumped on, I announced it again so that you guys knew it was coming. Things like that are so important so that people really know what's going on and they don't feel like they're being left out. When it comes to online communication, everyone knows communication online or through the internet or text messaging or emails is so hard because there can be so much lost in translation. And as someone who is creating that community and creating that content, you want to make sure you are super clear about what people should expect and how they can contact you and how they can interact and how they can share. Oh, speaking of sharing, I completely forgot. You guys actually have the ability, if you tap on the little person on the corner. Wow, there's 37 of you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm just like so shocked. There's so many of you. If you guys tap, you can actually tweet out. If you've got your Twitter link to Periscope, you can tweet this out so that other people can join as we're going as well. So that's the other thing. See, empowering people to share your content. This is what community is all about. And I love this platform's awesome because it builds everything in for you. If you guys didn't already see my blog post about Periscope, I did write a blog post. And I guess I should say my blog is www.strangecharmed.com. If you guys didn't know or you aren't reading there, you know I do write a lot of content. I do put out a lot of unique content on my blog as well. So you don't, you know, if you're following me in a few places, you want to make sure at least you're looping the blog in because there's a lot of great stuff going on over there. My next tip for community building through social media is to be on the platforms that you enjoy. Why? Because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to put your heart and soul into creating the content for it. Now, a lot of people ask me, how many platforms should I be on? What should I be on? Do I need to be on Instagram? Do I need to be on Facebook? Do I have to have a blog? Do I have to be on Periscope? I get questions about this all the time. But my rule of thumb is that I say to start with 3, or to work up to 3. I think 3 is a good number of platforms that you are updating regularly. And I've talked about this before, if you guys have ever seen or read on my blog. My main 3 platforms are Instagram, my blog, and YouTube. Those are the 3 channels that I use to communicate the most. It's where I create the most content and I'm communicating the most. I'm having the most interactions in those places. So if you want to interact with me, that's where to go. Of course, I have a Twitter. Of course, I have a Facebook, and of course, like now I'm on Periscope. But, you know, and obviously Periscope's the only example that is a recent development. But for the other places, I'm there and I check sporadically, but it's not a place where I feel like I live on the internet. So, you know, you want to make sure that you're choosing platforms that speak to you. If you love photography, make sure that you're on Instagram, or, you know, have a blog where you start a photography blog. Focus on photography if you love photography. If you love to write, then maybe having a blog is for you, or maybe Twitter is a good option for you because, you know, Twitter is very writing based. If you like to, you know, make cool and comments, you know, make cool comments on the internet and, you know, like to comment on things that are happening and trending in the world, Twitter is an excellent, excellent option. And yeah, so, you know, make sure that you're in those places that you enjoy. And then of course, my next tip for, you know, how to build community in social media is really to be creating content, be creating the content. Think of fun new content, take pictures that you love, write blog posts about things that you care about and matter and that you want to educate and inform other people on. You know, you really want to be adding value to your community. It's what it's all about, is communities are there for there to be a value element. So there's an exchange. So if you are not, you know, consistently adding value and consistently creating content, you know, there's really no incentive for people to be following you or to be going to your site or hitting you up or sharing your content. And the better your content is, the more interaction you have. And I'm so excited. I'm seeing all of the heart, like all the hearts going off. This is like nuts. I love it. And there's still 37 of you. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me. So those are my tips for community building through social media. Now, what are those 3 resources, those 3 platforms that I really think you need to be on? At least one of them. If you could do all 3, that's awesome. Number 1, Instagram. Instagram is the fastest growing social media platform. Oh, hey, Claire, how are you? Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this. And thank you so much, Dee Zamora. Yes, I'm all about sharing because I feel like there's really no reason not to share. That's what I'm all about, is sharing and creating content, creating and informing you guys different ways so that you guys are feeling more productive, more informed. I know that like when I started off in the internet, like years and years ago with my first blog in 2008, hey, Anne, you're loving it too. It's so great. When I started off with my blog years ago, there wasn't a lot of information about this. Of course, the landscape for social media was completely different, but I really feel like now is the time. It's almost the Renaissance. Things are booming, and things are going upwards. I can't even say that we're like at the top because things are just continue to move upwards and skyrocket. But, I really think that information is the key. It's all about what you know, like knowing is half the battle, as they say. So, the more we're sharing our tips and tricks and giving each other support, I think the better. So that's, you guys know that that's like my philosophy. So when it comes to community building, Instagram, like I said, one of the fastest growing platforms right now. Why? Because everyone loves pictures. Who doesn't love a pretty picture? You know what I'm saying? Like, who wouldn't enjoy seeing inspirational pictures in a feed? That's really, the heart of what Instagram is about, like sharing things that we see in the world around us. And so Instagram is a great place to do that. The other thing about Instagram is that it really does have a really low barrier to entry. All you need is a smartphone, really, and take snaps and pictures, and you can upload them onto Instagram. So it's not so much of a time commitment. There's a low barrier to entry, and that's why I think that it's really become the #1 social media platform. The second resource that I think you guys should be using is YouTube. And obviously, YouTube is another one of these really big, really fast growing platforms. Why? Because it's video. People love video. We're in a time in place now in history where our television and our computers are being used in a way, and our smartphones are being used in a way that they've probably, like, the original inventor of a TV would have never probably thought that down the line in the future, people were going to be watching, streaming Netflix onto their TV, right? And my TV has the ability, I can watch YouTube videos from my television. It's like so amazing. I don't even watch real TV anymore because all of the content that I watch comes from the internet, either Netflix or, Hulu or, even on-demand digital streaming services and YouTube. So, YouTube is kind of this whole new world. And for anyone who's into, reality TV, it really shouldn't be surprising to you that YouTube is such a big force, because YouTube really is the ultimate in reality TV. Like, someone just picks up their smartphone or camera and takes it around and can show people their life and give their opinions and share like their knowledge and information and their worldview. So it really is no surprise why YouTube is a #1, is one of the one of the top ones, one of the top three community building resources that I see, because YouTube has such a power to reach people. And I personally believe that if anyone, I realize that YouTube has a slightly different barrier to entry. A lot of people aren't necessarily interested in filming themselves. I know there's a lot of like sort of self-confidence things that go into sitting in front of a camera and streaming your likeness for the entire world to see. But if you can get over that, I think the sky is the limit with YouTube. And it's definitely, there are so many people joining, and people are still joining YouTube, that really community building is happening so fast. Look at me, you guys. I just hit 30,000 subscribers on my YouTube account. My YouTube account is, Mom's a Fancy asked what my YouTube account is. It says it's MissTrenchcoat, youtube.com/MissTrenchcoat. I've been on YouTube since 2009, and just this year I hit 30,000 subscribers. Just the other day, this week, I hit 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. And a year ago, I think it was like a year and a half ago, I hit 1,000. It was December of 2013, I believe, I hit 1,000. So I made I grew 29,000 followers from December of 2013 to July of 2015. I feel like it's such a big, remarkable jump. And I really think that part of it has to do with my own use and consistency in using the platform. But another part of it is I really just think that drones and drones of people are heading to YouTube. So make sure that you're on the YouTube boom as well. And the final community building resource that I think, you guys want to be using is Periscope. We're on it right now. And why do I think Periscope is great? Because I really do believe that this video and imaging, these video and imaging platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Snapchat, these ones where you're able to share pictures and images and videos are the most powerful because we're such a visual society now. So I really think that joining Periscope right now, I would highly suggest, and obviously you guys are here, you're on Periscope, but Periscope I think is going to be like the future. This is like, I think, going to be the hot new thing for a while because it's just getting started. We're here at the ground level of Periscope. So I really think that if you're someone who does, who is not shy about getting in front of a camera and wants to talk to people, wants to interact, wants to build a community around their blog, their brand, just to meet people and interact and expand your worldview, Periscope I think is going to be like the hot new thing. And look at me talking, and I'm already at like 18 minutes into this. Geez Louise, good thing that was the third and final resource. So now I'm going to go ahead and start taking questions. We'll do some Q&A. I'm going to start with a few questions that were submitted on Instagram first, just so I can cover those, and then we'll get the live questions. I have a question from Izo Ida. I'm not sure if you're here. If you're here, let me know that if you're here right now. I'm not sure if you've joined. But she asked on Instagram a question about whether or not she should be using her business Instagram account for her personal her personal account to share. Hey, there you are. Okay, great. Glad to see you're here. So you asked about whether or not you should be using your business account and sharing personal photos on that, or if you need to have two separate Instagram accounts. I get this question a lot. And I have to say that it's not a cut and dry answer. I would say, if you want to use me as an example, I have one account. So I have one account where I share business things and personal things. Although I'm not really big on sharing that much personal, but I do put pictures of my dog on there. I will snap a food pic. I will show you guys what I'm doing right now. But really, it comes down to you and your business. If you are infused in your business, if you are the personality behind your business, the way I'm the personality behind my business, I think it behooves you to leave one account. For simplicity's sake, have one account, and you only have to manage one account, because you being the personality, people are coming for you. They're not coming for your business. I mean, yes, they are coming for your business, whatever you sell. If you sell jewelry, if you're a blogger, if you show beauty things, people are coming really for you more than the content if you are the face and the personality behind your brand. If you're not, let's say that you run a shop and you are completely separate, like you're very private, and you are not really the face of your brand and the face of your products, then it may behoove you to separate your accounts so that you can have a place to show your personal things, maybe just have followers that are friends and family. And then you've got a place where you can show new products and things like that. We can show, your business things so that people can see, they can choose what they want to see. If they want to follow your personal, they can follow your personal. If they want to follow your business, you want to be able to have that separated if that's what makes you comfortable. So it's really up to you. So next question. No, we got another person, Simply Becca. Are you on here, Simply Becca? You asked the same question, so hopefully that answered it. So the Glamour Junkie asked how I track everything for each of my social media accounts in your planner. As you guys know, I do use my planner to, okay, good, Simply Becca, you're here, awesome. I do use my planner to track my social media and things like that. Mostly, and I'll show you guys the planner I'm using. Okay, you guys are getting a sneak peek at this planner. This is gonna be a YouTube video coming up on Sunday, I think, but you guys are gonna get a peek into my new planner. Look at it. Look at my new planner. Oh my God, I made this, you guys. You guys are gonna love this. So anywho, how do I use this? This is a bad example because I just started using my new Charmed Life planner inserts for this. But I have a month on 2 pages calendar where I keep track of my blog content. So that is where I write my editorial schedule out for what I'm posting to my blog. Also, I use this to keep track of what I'm posting to my YouTube account. When it comes to Instagram, I'm not someone who necessarily plans out the Instagram photos that I'm using, but if you guys saw, I recently released these new stickers. I've got these little square stickers that fit into my Charmed Life Planner. If you guys saw my new vertical planner inserts. So this, I have a little social media tracking sticker. I'm like here, like halfway. I've got this little social media tracking sticker. So I can use this to kind of check off what I'm doing with my social media. As well as you guys can see, I've got my blog stickers too. I will write down in my weekly what my blog posts are for the week and check them off as I write them. So that is how I keep track of my social media in my planner. I am also in the process of developing a new kit, I guess you should say, for tracking statistics and things like that in your planner as well. But that's not available yet. But that's kind of, that's how I do it. I kind of keep track of when I've posted, what I'm posted. Yeah, if you need those stickers, if you guys are interested in my stickers or anything you see in my planner, this is my Charmed Life 17-month calendar that I just released. It is both month on 2 pages. You guys are gonna love this. It's a month on 2 pages if you haven't seen it. This is a continuous planner, which means everything rolls. Then we've got a master monthly task list, a master expense sheet, and then you've got the week on 2 pages, and then it rolls into the next month and the next month. Do I use an online schedule like Hootsuite? Yes, I do sometimes. I do use Hootsuite sometimes to help manage my social media. That's an excellent question. I do use tools like that. I love Hootsuite because it gives you the ability to pre-plan out your tweets, which is something that I do. I do occasionally plan out my tweets for the week. If there's some things that I want to plan out and I don't want to have to remember to do them and I want them to be posted at a certain time. So Hootsuite is a great application. I've written about it. I believe I've written about it as well and maybe even done a video on it on YouTube, but absolutely, that's a great question. Let's see. The Glamour Junkie also asked, how do I handle responding to personal messages and emails? Do I set aside 1 day a week for that, or do I reply every day? So my old system for this was to set aside 1 day a week to kind of reply to emails, YouTube comments, blog comments, Instagram comments. What ended up happening was, if I had too much work and I couldn't get through it all, things got missed for the next week. And then things sort of started accumulating on me, and I began to feel like completely overwhelmed. So I'm actually now moving into or transitioning into, trying to reply to emails as they come in, trying to reply to my YouTube comments multiple times a week. And same thing with my Instagram. I'm trying to reply to those comments as they come in, as I have time, because the once a week wasn't working for me, just because, it was working at one point, but then, now 30,000 followers on YouTube later, and then like 15,000 of you guys on Instagram. And, I get 30 to 50,000 people who visit my blog per month. It's just so many comments and emails and things like that I really need to take it as I go. So, that's how I handle it now. And let's see, any other questions? How to get a uber cute planner? You want to do Chrissy 5 asked how to get a super cute planner. Watch my YouTube channel. I've got a lot of, I show a lot of planners there, and I review a lot of planners. I did that spiral planner showdown. If you're interested in spiral planners, I've showed you guys my arc bound. Obviously, I'm in a modified arc bound right now. Oh, Mila's on heart duty. Awesome. I see those green hearts going. Good job, Mila. Good job supporting. So, I would say go check out my YouTube channel and check out YouTube in general. There are so many people that are making YouTube videos about planners. You are not at a loss for creativity on YouTube. So check out my channel, check out everyone else's. And let's see. Okay, so that looks like all the questions I've got on this picture. So if you guys have any questions live, shoot them out at me. Shoot them out. I'll try to stay on for another couple of minutes. So if you guys have questions, hit up those hearts. Let's tap. Let's have a tap fest, double tap like this. Like just go like a drum roll on the screen. Just keep going. Whenever I watch Periscopes, And oh, someone asked me once, asked me about what Periscopes I've been watching. I've been watching Pat Flynn. And I watch Anne Samoylov, who is here, my buddy Anne. I've been watching Alex Beeden. Another person who's popular, who I don't think I've caught any of theirs yet, but I need to look into them, is Chris Ducker. Apparently he's really big on Periscope. I'll probably, after I get a little bit more acclimated, I'll probably do a blog post or a YouTube video on it, but those are some ideas for you guys. Do I think Twitter is kind of dead? No, I don't. I think Twitter has a very specific use, and if it's not the way that you need to use social media, then it's probably dead to you. I don't use Twitter very often. The way that I use Twitter is my blog posts auto schedule out into Twitter. But, you know, and then sometimes I will schedule tweets, but I don't think Twitter's dead. It just has a specific use. Savvy Wendy asked, what about Facebook? Facebook is like poppin'. Like Facebook is where it's at. For when it comes to community building, Facebook groups specifically are just like so popular. If you guys are, I'm assuming that many of you guys are following me are in the planner community. You guys are probably in planner groups. Those places, thousands of people in one group talking about planners. That's amazing community. Amazing. Snapchat is another one. Snapchat. I'm not saying it right, chap. Snapchat is another one that, you know, I really think it's a powerful tool. I think that it's definitely, I don't think it's as popular as Instagram is or YouTube, but it kind of has that, you know, blend of the two of them. I was using Snapchat for a little bit, but it was just becoming a little too overwhelming. So, yes, recommend the people on Periscope. Like I said, I will do a blog post, but Pat Flynn, Chris Ducker, Anne Samoylov, she's on here, Alex Beeden. I'm also following, I'm trying to think, like just people I'm following on Twitter are on here as well. But I can't remember anyone else that I've been watching when I see them pop up. But, you know, eventually I'll get used to this and I will do a blog post. So I'm sorry, you guys, these comments kind of go and pop off really quickly. So if I didn't answer a question, you can ask again. If not, we're going to get off here. So if anyone have any last questions before I pop off, get those. Let's do a whole drum roll of hearts. Drum roll, drum roll. Are you using Beam? You know what? I feel like I've heard what this is, but I'm not sure, Claire. Let me write this down and I will look into it. I'm not using it, but if it's a new social media, I think it's awesome. Do you and Paper and Glam still hang out? You haven't seen very much of it together since your vacay. Well, you know that she and I live on opposite sides of the country. I live on the East Coast and she lives in Denver. So we only were together during our vacation. So no, we're still buddies. We still chat. Yeah, so we're just never in the same place except for we went on vacation together. So yeah, that's why you wouldn't see us together because we don't physically live together, like in the same part of the country. So again, okay, so you guys, is that all the questions I've got for you guys? Thanks so much. Okay, awesome. We've got half an hour here. Good video editing software for non-Mac users. You know what, I feel like I may have talked about this. I think Windows Movie Maker does it. I think you can do Adobe has one. Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro. Hopefully that helps. But okay, thank you guys so much for coming. Last roll. Tap crazy with the hearts. Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad that I was able to do this. And I can't wait to talk to you guys later. So I'll see ya. Bye-bye.